Hello, welcome to the Crafty Seas. Today we're on to try out a die-cut 3D topper pad from Crafter's Companion. Stay tuned to see if it gets the Crafty Seas seal of approval. Let's take a look at the designs. First of all, we've got this lovely hot air balloon design and a sweet nautical pattern here. Very nice. And it's suitable for all occasions. The second one is little cutesy bears and tea party and a lovely mint background, so really nice for springtime. And the third design is these beautiful hummingbirds and little gonks. So the beauty of these pads is that you just pop out the images, you build them up, and we're going to build ours up using our 3D collal glue or our 3D pads. And do you know, they are also great if you've lost your mojo or you're not feeling great. It's a great way to build up some ephemera. Let's get busy. What I have noticed is that the paper seems thin and they're a bit more difficult to pop out than, say for example, some that we've had in the past from Crafter's Companion or the Hunky Dory range. So I would suggest that if you have these ones in your stash, that you take care and push them out very gently, because it's quite easy to tear them. There are some little nodules of paper, little nubs on here, and normally what we would do is we would file them off just with an emery board, a little bit of fine sandpaper, but what we've had to do with these, and it seems to be more effective, is just to trim them off with the scissors. So we'll go now, pop off all these sheets, and we'll be back with you when that's finished.
So we've got all those layers popped out and ready for assembly, and as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be using the 3D collal glue, and this is a silicone based gel glue, and you can use it directly from the tube or you can decant it into a syringe like we'll be doing. It's a lot easier to use it from the syringe, and this is a great alternative to using 3D foam pads or foam roll, and it's quick, fun and quite easy to use. So we're just going to squeeze some into our syringe to use with this lovely teacup design. And the only thing is, you need to make sure that you put the lid on really well onto the bottle of your glue and onto your syringe when you're not using it, as this glue will set in the air. So keep it nice and airtight when not in use. So we've got our syringe loaded up and we're going to just build this up with the different teacup layers. And with this die cut topper pad, you don't need to use all the layers to build up your finished piece. You can use just the top layer on its own with maybe just the cookies on it, or the bottom layer. It's entirely up to yourself, so you can stretch your decoupage pads that little bit further by maybe making a 1 layer or 2 layer instead of the full, in this case 1, 2, 3, 4 layered decoupage topper. But here we're going to use all of our layers and just use this 3D glue, so you can put it directly on top of your project like this, or onto the back and then lay it on top. And I'm just using my finger here to curve that teacup just to give it that 3D round effect. And then lastly, we're going to put the cookies on. And what isn't an afternoon cup of tea without a nice little cookie? And one of my favourite things to have with tea is shortbread, being a Scot. And we'd love to hear from you what your favourite cake or cookie or biscuit is to have with your cup of tea, or if you're a coffee drinker, with your coffee. Let us know in the comment section down below. So that's all built up. Now we just need to let that glue dry. And here's one that's already dried, and as you can see, it dries solid and hard, and it's nice and secure if you're sending something through the post. And we've also used it to secure embellishments, gems and metal, and it's been great. But if you don't have that glue, here we've built one up using those 3D foam pads, and it's a lovely effect as well and gives you that same dimension. And you can also use the foam on a roll, and we've used that here for the hot balloon embellishments. As I said, just use whatever you've got in your stash and get crafting. We've had fun using up this topper pad that was lying about our stash and making lots of lovely embellishments in the process. So here are our finished 3D decoupage toppers that we've made using the Crafter's Companion die cut topper pad. We have our beautiful teacups, hummingbird, nautical theme, the gorgeous hot air balloons and the cute teddy bears. So we think they've turned out lovely, and all that's left is to put them to use in some projects. And as we were looking through the topper pad, we remembered that this fortnight's Pink Bubble Cards challenge letter is L for love. And I'll leave all the links for that challenge down below. It's an open collaboration, so feel free to pop over to Hilary's channel for more details and join in. For the challenge, we've made 3 cards, some embellishments and some toppers, all for the love theme. So we have the adorable decoupage toppers with the 2 bears holding the I love you balloon, and this one's been all layered up with the 3D gel, and we've used a circle die with a beautiful stitched edge detail to cut out some coordinating paper. The papers we've used here are actually Crafter's Companion Country Lane collection, I think, and they had a lovely green and pink background to them, which matched in with the decoupage toppers. And we've used some of these toppers to make some anniversary cards. We've used a 4x4 pink card base. It's a beautiful Centura Pearl hammered card base that we had in our crafty stash. Some coordinating gems, and inside we've made a vellum insert with a peel-off happy anniversary, and we've used the Crafter's Companion corner punch with the hearts in it just to fit in with the love theme on the inside. And on the back of the card we've used this handmade with love stamp, and this card base could be used for any of the toppers. It fits in lovely with the balloons as well as the teacups and the hummingbird. So we'll be busy later on today making up a lot of note cards, birthday cards and other cards with these toppers. But these are the cards that we've made for the Pink Bubble Cards Alphabet Challenge. And it's a great way to get your creative juices flowing and use things from your stash that you might not have, as we had no idea that we would use anything with love on it. And at the end of it, we've managed to make 3 lovely anniversary cards for our stash that will come in handy this year. Each fortnight, Hilary pulls out a different letter of the alphabet with a coordinating crafty prompt to inspire us to get crafting. And you can follow along using the hashtag PBC Alphabet Challenge and check out our playlist on our channel to see all the other crafty creations we've made for this challenge and what the other crafters have come up with as well. So once we made all our ephemera, we needed somewhere to store it, and we decided to make these cute little flip wallet storage solution, and it's also a great way to gift the ephemera to a fellow crafter. And they're really easy to make, and you can store your pieces of ephemera. They're transparent so you can see them at a glance, decide, oh, do I want this one in my project? Yep, I'll grab that. Oh, maybe not, I'll go for a hummingbird. You can take a look at the size, flip over, and it's a nice way to display them as well. And you could store in the back maybe your unfinished ones and the ones that you haven't built up yet. It's a nice way to store your die cuts as well. And these are a really easy wallet to make. You just use some self-seal plastic bags you can get from craft stores, from Amazon and other online retailers, and you just use the seal part of the bag as your hinge, and you could add a front cover and a back cover to this and make it into an ephemera book or gifting wallet as well. So it's a good way to use up some leftover papers that you might have as well for the backing. So as I said, all you need is some of these self-seal envelopes and a piece of backing paper cut to size. And then you just peel off the seal part and stick it on to the other seal part, as you'll see here. It'll make sense when I start to make it. So we'll peel off that tear section and just line it up with the other tear section and stick that on. And you can continue doing this with as many pockets as you want. And that means you can just access it from the back and it keeps everything nice and secure. So that's a top tip for storing maybe your die cuts or toppers like this or gifting them. And as I said, you could put a nice cover on them as well. So that's all our stash busting makes that we've made with the Crafter's Companion 3D die cut topper pad. We made our little pieces of ephemera and the ephemera wallet to store them in. We've made our cards for the Pink Bubble Cards Alphabet Challenge, and we've got lots of toppers left to make more notelets, cards, tags, bags and other things. And if you have any ideas on how we can use some of these toppers that we've made, drop us a comment down below. We love to hear from you. A huge thank you for watching along today. Please like, subscribe and ring that bell to be notified the next time we make a video. And I can safely say this topper pad, although a little bit thin and tricky to cut out, it gets the Crafty C's seal of approval. The end products are adorable. It was fun to craft with, easy to use, a fun and simple craft to do when you're maybe not feeling the best, feeling under the weather, or have lost your crafting mojo. So it was a thumbs up from the Crafty C's. A huge thank you for watching today, and until next time, happy crafting!